Mesmetron is an experimental pre-war, non-lethal pacification weapon that was being tested in the months immediately preceding the Great War. It operates by sending a signal pulse into a human target's brain that scrambles higher-level mental functions, leaving the target extremely susceptible to suggestion.
Do I seem drunk to you?
Still in its testing phase, the weapon was found to have the potential to trigger two undesirable side effects: extremely increased aggression or spontaneous cranial eruption. While this is not an effective weapon in open combat, as alerted enemies have a much smaller chance of being affected by it, it has two great uses. The first being the ability to make caps by enslaving NPCs for Paradise Falls.
This thing's heavy.
Netting 250 caps per slave and a minus 100 karma deduction.
Can I take it off now?
The second is the ability to stun targets if on a non-lethal playthrough. You must, however, be aware of the fact that the beam can also cause targets to frenzy, or have their heads pop in a fountain of gore. Yeah, fun stuff. Frag grenades are standard grenades that create an explosive blast and deal significant damage with a high chance to cripple limbs. It seems to have the same blast radius as its more powerful energy-based variant, the plasma grenade. They're commonly used by melee-equipped raiders and super mutants when they're out of melee range. Now, frag grenades are something you want on your person at all times. When facing a raider encampment, it's simple to just toss in a few to soften up their numbers and cripple their limbs. On top of that, frag grenades as well as frag mines are easy to come by, and they can be a great way to even out a barter as they have a fairly high value. Also, if you're feeling saucy, you can shove them down the back of someone's pants. The Chinese officer's sword are remnants from the United States war with China, an event that triggered the Great War. They were most likely brought back by American soldiers fighting in various campaigns in mainland China, or were bought by Chinese infiltrators and saboteurs like the ones at Mama Dolce's and elsewhere throughout the United States. If you're looking for a good melee weapon, look no further, though they can be a bit hard to come by. The swift striking speed and relatively high damage make this a viable weapon for any level of player. The sniper rifle is an older model of the famed DKS 501. Chambered for .308 ammunition, this is extremely fragile and requires regular repair and maintenance to keep it in working condition. The sniper rifle is the top tier long-range weapon. It has a scope and deals much more damage than the hunting rifle, but has a very rare ammunition type and is an extremely fragile gun. It's a powerful gun to be sure, and it's great for getting sneak criticals on faraway enemies. The reason this sits so low on the list, however, is the combination of sparse ammo, swaying scope, and horrible deterioration means a player should only use this weapon when necessary. However, it is still a weapon any good lone wanderer should possess. The Fat Man is a pre-war heavy weapon that launches mini nukes. The mini nuke projectile is very heavy, and if simply fired straight ahead, it will travel only a short distance before falling to the ground and detonating, causing you to be caught well within the very damaging mini nuclear blast. The Fat Man has an estimated range of 150 plus yards. The blast zone will be irradiated for a short time after detonation, giving out up to 5 rads a second. Big and deadly. The definition of overkill. This weapon should only be deployed when facing a garrison of enemy troops or a super mutant behemoth. The ammo is near impossible to find, and it's easy to vaporize oneself as well as your intended target. But when you need a Hail Mary play, there is no finer weapon. This model of combat shotgun was deployed as a close assault fire team's primary weapon during the Anchorage Reclamation, supplemented with explosives, an N99 pistol and a power fist, and many working units have been scavenged by raiders, slavers and the Talon Company mercs in the capital wasteland. Vastly superior to the sawed-off shotgun, the combat shotgun combines a large drum magazine with mutilating close-range damage. The only drawback is the weapon's poor reliability, as the combat shotgun deteriorates quickly. However, considering it is commonly used by human opponents and its use in traps, you can usually find enough to keep at least one in fully working order. When clearing out a metro station or dusty building, this is the weapon you want by your side. Though not fully automatic like variants found in the Midwest, the devastating close-range damage means you can drop an unarmed target in just a few blasts. A must-have for any self-respecting player. Just keep in mind it's virtually useless at any range other than a few arms length. The dart gun fires darts that have been dipped in rad scorpion venom. A hit anywhere on a target's body will instantly cripple the legs, making it extremely useful against fast melee opponents such as Deathclaws, Yaogai, Feral Ghoul Reavers, Super Mutants, and Aliens. Surprisingly, the poison from the dart does affect rad scorpions, however it does not hinder the rad scorpion's speed as dramatically as it does with other enemies. After the initial hit, the dart inflicts additional poison damage upon the target for 8 seconds unless the target is non-organic, such as a robot, in which case the poison will do no extra damage. Surprisingly, the poison damage effects of the darts do stack, meaning more darts in the target at once will cause it to lose health at a faster rate. If you have a chance at taking on high-level creatures such as Deathclaws, Yaogai, or Super Mutant Behemoths, it would be in one's best interest to keep one of these bad boys on hand. The leg crippling effects means that a bum rush enemy like a Deathclaw becomes a leisurely kill as it impotently hobbles towards you. The repairs can be costly, but it is well worth your caps. The Alien Blaster is one of the most powerful weapons in the game because a critical hit is guaranteed. This weapon will often be able to take down any foe with a single shot to the head. This weapon also has the effect of disintegrating any enemy killed with a critical shot by it, which is every shot for creatures weaker than most super mutants. It's identical to a laser, with the exception that the disintegration effect is colored blue instead of red. Overpowered is an understatement. An otherworldly energy weapon, this thing is the polar opposite of the Fat Man, trading massive area of effect damage for precise and surgical deadly force. The only reason this is not at the top of the list is because the ammo for the blaster is so rare and the gun itself cannot be repaired by any other weapon found in the wasteland. The Type 93 Chinese assault rifle was designed and manufactured by a Chinese industrial conglomerate for the People's Liberation Army during the Resource Wars for the purpose of equipping the Chinese infiltrators and American 5th columnists. To this end, it was chambered for the abundant 5.56mm round and utilizes a 24-round magazine. Thousands of these weapons were smuggled into the US for use by Chinese operatives and sympathizers of the East Coast, and many remained functional even 200 years after the Great War. These rifles are also proven to be ready for manufacturing in post-war conditions. Coming in a close second for the top spot, this gun excels at throwing rounds downrange with the damage to back it up. Hard to find at low levels. Once you venture into the Super Mutant-occupied DC ruins, these become much easier to find. Durable, reliable, and easy to find ammo for, this gun is a smart choice for those who enjoy mid-range combat. Lincoln's Repeater is a very high-powered lever-action rifle, dealing 25 more damage than the hunting rifle. Unlike the hunting rifle, Lincoln's Repeater uses a .44 Magnum round, making it the only rifle using that specific round in the game. Fortunately, it can be repaired using hunting rifles, which are practically a dime a dozen. It is also the strongest single-shot precision rifle in the entire game of Fallout. Now, if you're like me and love the simplicity and effectiveness of the standard hunting rifle, you're gonna love this thing. Essentially the endgame replacement for old Painless, this lever action rifle has perfect accuracy and deals out more damage than most other weapons in the wasteland. Clearing super mutant scum out of the streets has never been so easy.
Game's over!
Although we are acutely aware that there are a ton of great weapons out there in the wastes, so let us know your favorites in the comments below and any ideas you have for our future videos on the Fallout universe. And hey, it may just get covered. This has been Dash for Curse saying thanks for watching and enjoy the game.